Cosmic Legions, Thygar Gravering here, stands ready to welcome you, dear viewers, to LegionsCon 2025. And first off, I want to say a massive thanks to Kenny Encountered Culture for shooting this footage at LegionsCon and sharing it with me. I'll leave a link to Kenny's YouTube channel in the comments below. Please go and check him out. So yeah, LegionsCon 2025. Something a bit different for the channel, and I'll try and give you all the names of the Cosmic Legions and Mythic Legions. Action figures shown here, but forgive me if I get stuff wrong, right? Without further ado, let's get on into this. Grab some snacks, sit back, make yourself comfortable, and let's talk. LegionsCon 2025 on TAKTAK Toys. And kicking things off, we have a display case next to a life-size statue of Thygar. Lots of familiar faces in there, such as Bungle, Zippy, George, Rod, Jane and Freddy, Tinky Winky, Lala and Poe. Well, they might as well have names like that, but it's an awesome diorama with loads of cool Cosmic Legions on display. So, I spot Orvar, the demolition and discovery specialist, and he's the guy with the glowing green head in the orange armor. I think Kern Ray is in the back there, and she's the grey-suited character with a helmeted head from the planet Geor. Yes, I know that hardly makes it more obvious, in the words of Korath the Pursuer when meeting Star-Lord in the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Who? But she is there. The eagle-eyed Cosmic Legions collectors among you can spot her. And also Cog and Jobara Key and the Wasteland Survival set. Believe me, if you're wondering who's who in this display case, just imagine my job learning about these names and then commenting on them. And then next to this display diorama is a life-size statue of Zirian Spire. Seen here protecting it, I have Vorga from Wave 1 in my collection, and she's pretty badass. And welcome back to TAKTAK Toys. Pose and grab those figures for a play, grab for some toy photography from your display, yakety yak. Here's TAKTAK. And here's an alpha ogre in life size, and I'm sure I'm getting this wrong, and someone will no doubt correct me in the comments. And state, actually, I think you'll find this is the Ogre Bouncer, Commander Warlord of Barbarous figure, actually. And if that's the case, please do let me know in the comments below. I'm curious to learn. But yeah, these life-size statues are certainly impressive. And this video is not for kids. One LegionsCon video to rule them all. And if you're enjoying yourself like I am, smash the like button, wade into battle with the hype button. Hit the bell notification to be kept up to date with all my latest videos, and feel free to comment and subscribe. And let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Did you attend LegionsCon? What did you think? It certainly looks really fun. And here we get a look at the Mythic Legion Dawn of Discovery Kyoi, which is a Japanese fish. D-Amazing has done a review of this figure, and I'll drop a link to that video in the comments below. This Kyoi seems to be one of the two LegionsCon exclusives. I'm guessing the other might be Figure Obscura. So these look pretty cool, and no doubt regular releases of these will be coming. So I'm guessing Emporium of Cool will get these in the UK. I'm still after the Joe Fest and Joe Lanta exclusive ATL 25, hoping for a regular release of that figure at some point. Still. And with some armor swaps, no doubt you could have Koi in a Cosmic Legions display on an aquatic planet, as much as in a Mythic Legions collection. And the Figure Obscura figure is of Thoth from the Gods of Ancient Egypt theme. And Thoth should be available on fourhorsemen in 2026. So if you were at LegionsCon, you probably got a chance to see these guys up close and personal.
Thanks Mark Libby here, and fuck man, doesn't that display look really impressive? Wizards and skeleton warriors on one shelf. I spot ATL 25 on the middle shelving there. We don't really have anything like LegionsCon in the UK, and it looks like such a cool convention to attend, nice and intimate by the looks of things, but also busy, plenty of cool stuff on display. And one of the first things we got a look at from LegionsCon 2025 from a live panel by the Four Horsemen was the Dawn of Discovery wave, and these include Captain Ironskull as shown here, this pirate-looking fellow. These will all have a nautical theme, by the way. He's the ruthless leader of the Undertow, and a high-ranking member of the Seafarers League. And just check out these awesome shots by Trevor the 1/6 shooter, shout out to him. Then we have a look at Serene Opal Scale, and yes, I did have to look these names up on fourhorsemen.com, that was a godsend. Serene is the chief engineer of the Ocean's Law, and her job is keep the ship in top condition at all times. She is a member of the merfolk species, and she must be quite rich from all her adventures. So she keeps her riches in the riverbank. Little seafaring joke for you there. And Serene Opal Scale can transform her body to exist below the waves or above them. She is loyal to the Fishers Guild, and this figure includes parts to use either as a full dish tail with a bend to allow for standing, or a full set of articulated legs to turn her bipedal. And her and Koi shown earlier look like they could have a great time under the sea. The seaweed is always greener in someone else's lake. Missing out on the Dawn of Discovery wave would be a big mistake. And then we have a look at Odoben. He's a Rosmarian harpooner. Well, of course he is. One look at him and it's obvious. He just screams Rosmarian harpooner to me. He's the muscle of the crew, and acting as the first line of attack when Captain Ironskull wishes to board a vessel. So he's one of Captain Ironskull's seafaring crew. Roger, the cabin boy, nowhere in sight I see. And if you like world building around your Mythic Legions action figures, we have up next the Ports of Mythos accessory set, which comes with accessories items including a large treasure chest with gold coins, a harpoon, a fishing spear, a grappling hook and chain, a large fish, a small fish, a lobster and shark jaws. And seeing this kind of thing makes me want to see someone from the Mythic Legions cabal do a custom hooper. Kint and Chief Brody and Bruce the Shark. Basically the Jaws ensemble in Mythic Legions form. Now we have this Dawn of Discovery set. Some customs based on Jaws would be so fun. And from there, let's look at Jinjar. The Imp Jinjar is a devious character who is employed by the Seafarers League and sailing aboard the Undertow, and he works as a spy. And Jinjar reports to Captain Ironskull, who plans to ambush the Fishers Guild with the information Jinjar provides. And then we have a look at Ibn Prospereus, who oversees the trade between New Mythos, and he is the master of coin and commerce, and he comes with an extra helmeted head if you want to army build him as some of his henchmen along with Ibn Prospereus himself. So he's maybe the Richard Branson of Mythos, or more accurately the Giant Luigi Aponte, and yes, that is a real person, feel free to look him up, but he does sound like someone who could appear in Mythos. And if you're enjoying this LegionsCon 2025 coverage, please smash the like button, comment and subscribe. Do you collect Mythic Legions? It seems like such an overwhelming rabbit hole to jump into now. But the good thing really with subgroups and teams and worlds like this nautical one here is that you can collect small areas of the mythology and parts of Mythos that you like. And then we look at Mobu, the master fisher. Mobu has been sailing the seas of Mythos for a long time. So Mobu and Koi can pair up in your collection. And reading all this Mythos mythology, we really need a port diorama, or a few boats, to really flesh out the storytelling in any toy photography, or on your shelf, if you have the room and space. And next up, leading the good guys alongside Vitus Prime, we have General Delphina of Eartheros. She is a decorated hero of the Second Great War of Mythos. The general boards the Ocean's Law vessel with the crew from the Fishers Guild for high seas adventure. And here is Arkhan the Cruel, looking a bit like an Arkhan Knight, a Batman and Mythic Legions joke for you there. So he was on display at LegionsCon, and will be available for pre-order in January 2026. This is a collaboration with Joe Manganiello, and apparently there are more characters coming from the Dark Order, so stay tuned for that. And then I mentioned Vitus Prime earlier when talking about General Delphina, didn't I? So let's look at Vitus Prime now. He's the highest ranking warrior in Leandor's army, but of course you knew that already, and he acts as an emissary of the Legions of Light aboard the Ocean's Law, leading the crew alongside General Delphina for whatever adventures and dangers lie ahead in the ocean's depths. And then we have arguably the star of the show here with the Dawn of Discovery wave, Bulwark, a massive crab warrior. He's the Ocean Law's secret weapon. He's the ship's deckhand, who does the head lifting. He can cling to the bottom of the Ocean Law vessel hidden from sight, and can repel any attackers from the Seafarers League, much to the frustration of Captain Ironskull. And who doesn't want a giant crab action figure in their collection, especially when it looks this good? And let me know if you're enjoying this coverage of LegionsCon 2025. A special thanks to Kenny Encountered Culture for this coverage. Check out his YouTube channel. And here's some more pics of Joe Manganiello's Arkan the Cruel. And shout out to Preternia for these pics. I looked this up. I think Joe Manganiello voices the Arkham character. If you're wondering who Joe Manganiello is, he's an actor who played Flash Thompson in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies. Also shown here are the Faden from Infinite Legions, which is a collaboration with the creators of the Glios system of action figures. Basically action figures you can take apart at the joints and put back together and mix and match with other Glios figures for fun kit bashing combinations.
Right then, so without keeping anyone waiting, let's look at some more footage of LegionsCon 2025. And look at Odious here overlooking LegionsCon and keeping an eye on things. So the Kickstarter for Odious, both the cowboy version and the one I want the soldier version, and then some other versions of Odious which will be unlocked in the future, I think, if this Kickstarter is successful. So we should get these figures, the Army O and the Cowboy Odious of the Old West, around early 2027, which, yes, seems like a way off, but it will be here before you know it. So here they are on display in some cool dioramas. So if you like the look of these, please head over to Kickstarter and back them. It's the lead up to Christmas, so yes, it might be a difficult time to back them. But if you can and you're interested in these, please support Unparalleled Universe.
I am talking of Unparalleled Universe, a YouTuber who started his own action figure line. That leads nicely into some shoutouts. And no need to queue up, you can watch any of these straight away. So from all the latest Marvel Legends news and reviews and Legions and Liquor with some Legends, check out Dan who reviews. And Legions and Liquor segues nicely into this cosmic character pack for 2 heads with use with Legions figures. They work with the Sphexian Block Commander and Sphexian Minor from Cosmic Legions and are available at Emporium of Cool. And maybe serpents are more your thing. Well, if that's the case, the 2 serpent soldier heads can be used with the Oleg Thygar from Cosmic Legions. And again, this is available at Emporium of Cool, and Mark or myself will try and drop links in the comments below. And maybe serpents are more your thing. Well, if that's the case, the 2 serpent soldier heads can be used with the Oleg Thygar from Cosmic Legions. And again, this is available at Emporium of Cool, and Mark or myself will try and drop links in the comments below. And of course, those serpent heads can be used with a variety of bodies, as well as Oleg Thygar as shown here. And finally, we have the Area 51 alien-style head for use with the Aesopitian figure. Honestly, the 4 horsemen must just get the Scrabble letters and throw them around, and whatever letters land together, they must come up with names from that. So again, this head set is available via Emporium of Cool. And thanks again to Kenny Encountered Culture for all the LegionsCon 2025 footage. And feel free to check out Emporium of Cool for Cosmic and Mythic Legions pre-orders and available for purchase figures. Check out Dan, who was mentioned before. Check out Jay's Toy Collection UK, and Trevor, the 1/6 shooter who takes all these epic photos for the 4 horsemen. And feel free to check out all these YouTubers and UK independent action figure retailers, including TAKTAK Toys, In Demand Toys, Props and Replicas, the whole shebang, Star Action Figures and more. And talking of YouTubers, you might notice a few in this upcoming footage of the LegionsCon floor, including Dan Larson from Toy Galaxy, Big Dub and Articulated Ninja. Blink and you'll miss them, but they are mixed in the crowd. It's like Where's Waldo, or Where's Wally if you're from the UK for YouTubers. And there's Dan Larson having a chat with a vendor, and panning across, we can see the Skeletron Roboskull on the wall there, so presumably that's the booth for that. And the 6-inch figures for those should be due any time in the near future. Mark has a few of those on pre-order, so he will do a review on the channel once they arrive. And you might just be able to spot Articulated Ninja without his mask chatting away there. And Ninja is a collector of Valaverse and Classified, and I mention Classified as feel free to check out Mark's AliExpress G.I. Joe Classified Retro Card Cobra Troopers review on the channel, as well as Mark's Jada Toys SDCC 2025 Dalsim and M. Bison review on the channel. Show that one some love, if you don't mind in particular. Final round fight. And then let's close out this look at LegionsCon 2025 with a look at the Valaverse booth, and an excellent 3D printed Blackbird jet, I think by One Oak Customs. I could be wrong, but it's a work of art. And when you see things like the Classified Rattler, it makes you wonder why we haven't gotten a Marvel Legends Blackbird yet. Yes, G.I. Joe Classified has no license fee to pay, but still, fans would love something like this. Right, so that's it. Plenty to see and enjoy at LegionsCon 2025. A massive thanks to Kenny Encountered Culture, without whom this footage just wouldn't be possible. Did you see anything that caught your eye? I know Mark wants to get that Army O Odious if the Kickstarter is successful, fingers crossed for that, but until then I'll leave you with some of the footage from LegionsCon 2025, and until next time enjoy those flicks and figs.